In this video, we are going to go over the following topics. First is the importance of information security given the rising number of attacks on the cyberspace. Then we will define what information security is and what we aim to achieve by securing our data. Then we will take a look at various types of threat actors, their motives, and how they carry out attacks. Next is ethical and unethical hacking, and then motives of cyber attacks. Finally, we will wrap up by looking at various types of targets for cyber attacks. Over the past year, we have seen a staggering increase in cyber attacks and malware incidents. This rise is driven mostly by more agile hackers exploiting vulnerabilities in our digital world. For example, in 2023, there were over 2,000 cyber attacks with over 340 million victims. Data breaches increased by 72% from 2021 to 2023. Email is the most common vector for malware, with around 35% of malware delivered via email in 2023. Business email compromises accounted for 2.7 billion in losses in 2022. As far as malware goes, in 2023, there were over 6 billion malware attacks detected worldwide. Every day, 560,000 new pieces of malware are detected. There are now over 1 billion malware programs in existence, and Trojans account for 58% of all computer malware. These statistics highlight the escalating threat of cyber attacks and emphasize the critical need for robust cybersecurity measures. Ensuring a strong defense is essential to protect against these increasing digital threats. Cyber attacks target devices ranging from huge cloud computing servers to tiny IoT sensors. Attacks are designed to steal or manipulate sensitive data stored in devices. They can also target a server's availability by putting it out of service. What is information security and what it aims to do? Information security aims to protect information assets at both individual and organizational level from malicious users. Given the recent advancement in digital tools, techniques, and technologies, it's impossible to fully protect information assets. However, information security offers measures that can be implemented to minimize the consequences of cyber attacks. Therefore, we can say that information security is a process rather than a simple measure or action. Security teams work every day to perfect the security measures by detecting, analyzing, and defending against various types of cyber attacks. Security and convenience are inversely related. When one goes up, the other tends to go down. Imagine you have a confidential letter that needs to be kept safe from unauthorized users. You could put it in a box, lock the box, hide the box, and then lock the room where the box is kept. While these steps make the letter more secure, they also make it harder for authorized users to access it. To boost security, we often need to invest more resources like time, bandwidth, memory space, and CPU time, which ultimately increases the cost. But the goal is to reduce the impact of attacks by investing more in security. Information security now encompasses 6 key dimensions: confidentiality, integrity, availability, authentication, authorization, and non-repudiation. Originally, it focused on just 3 dimensions: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. However, with the evolving digital landscape, authentication, and authorization have been added to address the growing complexities and ensuring comprehensive protection. Confidentiality ensures that only authorized users can access and read information. For example, in an online banking system, when a user logs in with their credential, this information should only be available to the account holder and the banking system. If an eavesdropper intercepts this information, it should be unreadable to them to maintain confidentiality. Integrity ensures that the information sent by the sender and received by the receiver is identical with no changes during transmission. For instance, if an online account holder withdraws $100, this transaction should be accurately reflected in the banking system, not altered to a different amount like $100,000. Integrity guarantees that no third party can alter the data during transmission. Availability ensures that information is accessible to authorized users and inaccessible to unauthorized users. For example, online banking servers need to be available 24/7 to provide services to users. Sometimes hackers target system availability by taking down servers through attacks like DOS and DDoS, denial of service, and distributed denial of service. Authentication verifies the identity of the user, confirming they are who they claim to be. Users can be verified using their ID or digital certificates. Authorization grants users access to information assets according to their access level. For example, an online banking user can access their own information once authenticated, but they should not have access to other users' information. Non-repudiation ensures that users cannot deny their transactions. For example, once users log into an online banking system, the system tracks their transactions using their electronic signature. Since the system records these transactions, the users won't be able to deny, for instance, withdrawing $100 from their account because they already confirmed the transaction with their electronic signature. Thus, information security is there to protect confidentiality, integrity, availability, authentication, authorization, and non-repudiation. Who are threat actors? Threat actors, also known as cyber threat actors or malicious actors, are individuals or groups that intentionally cause harm to digital devices, systems, or networks. Here are some common types of threat actors. Cybercriminals are mainly after money. They commit cybercrimes like ransomware attacks, phishing scams, and data theft to make a profit. Nation-state actors are government-sponsored hackers. Their goal is to gather intelligence, steal sensitive data, or disrupt the operation of other nations. Espionage and cyber warfare are two common types of attacks conducted by state actors. Hacktivists use hacking to promote political or social agendas. They target organizations or governments to expose perceived injustices or advocate for their causes. Insider threats are people within an organization, like employees or contractors, who misuse their access to sensitive information for personal gain, revenge, or other motives. Thrill seekers, also known as script kiddies, are individuals who hack systems for fun or personal satisfaction. They often lack advanced technical skills and use pre-existing tools to exploit vulnerabilities. In the past, the term hacker was commonly used to refer to threat actors. When we hear hacker, we might picture a cybercriminal. However, not all hackers are inherently bad. There are skilled individuals who use their technical abilities to break into computer networks and bypass security measures. Hacking isn't always bad. Some hackers actually make cyberspace safer. Depending on their intention and whether they have permission, hackers are divided into three categories: white hat, gray hat, and black hat hackers. White hat hackers, also known as ethical hackers, are individuals who use their skills to help organizations identify and fix security vulnerabilities. They always have permission from the system owner before attempting to find and exploit vulnerabilities. Their activities are legal and often part of a professional role such as security consultant or penetration tester. Gray hat hackers operate in a gray area between ethical and unethical hacking. These hackers may find vulnerabilities without permission, but do not exploit them for malicious purposes. They often search for vulnerabilities without the system owner's consent, which can be legally questionable. If they find a vulnerability, they might inform the owner and sometimes request a fee to fix it. Their actions can be driven by a desire to improve security, gain recognition, or personal satisfaction. Black hat hackers are individuals who use their advanced hacking skills for malicious purposes. Unlike ethical hackers, they break into computer networks without permission, often causing harm or stealing information. They engage in activities like stealing personal information, spreading malware, and holding systems hostage for ransom. Motives behind cyber attacks. Cyber attacks can be driven by a variety of motives, depending on the attacker's goals and backgrounds. Here are some of the main reasons why these attacks happen. Financial gain. Many cybercriminals are in it for the money. They might steal credit card information, conduct ransomware attacks, or engage in fraud to make a profit. Political espionage. State-sponsored hackers often aim to gather intelligence or disrupt the operation of other nations. This can involve stealing sensitive government or corporate data. Ideological or activist agendas. Some attacks known as hacktivists are driven by political or social causes. They target organizations or governments to promote their beliefs or expose perceived injustices. Recognition and notoriety. Some hackers seek the thrill of breaking into systems and gaining recognition within the hacker community. They might be driven by a desire for status or personal achievement. Corporate espionage. Companies may engage in cyber attacks to gain a competitive advantage by stealing trade secrets or proprietary information from rivals. Insider threat. Employees or contractors with access to sensitive information may misuse their access for personal gain, revenge, or other motives. Hackers mainly target three categories for financial gain: individual users, enterprises, and governments. Individual users. Hackers often focus on individuals, stealing data like credit card numbers, online financial account information, or social security numbers. They use this stolen data to profit from their victims. Additionally, they might send millions of spam emails to sell counterfeit drugs, pirated software, fake watches, and even pornography. Enterprises. Businesses and organizations are prime target for hackers. They might steal research on a new product and sell it to an unauthorized foreign supplier who then creates an imitation model to sell worldwide. This deprived the legitimate business of profit after investing heavily in product development. Since these foreign suppliers are often in different countries, they are beyond the reach of domestic enforcement agencies and courts. Governments. Hackers also target governments. If they can steal information on a new missile defense system, they can sell it at a high price to the government's enemies. Additionally, government information is often stolen and published to embarrass the government in front of its citizens and force it to stop what is considered a nefarious action.